Hey, welcome back everyone to another Persona 5 Animation video. In today's video, I want to be focusing on stamina usage and revolution card farming in the level 50 to 60 range, or the even close to level 40. What should we be focusing on and what should we be doing? So if I go to my Metaverse tab, Realm of Repression, to go to where my stamina usage is, and my first thing I should always be focused on is making sure I'm getting both my weekly bosses done. And then as you hit level 50, because most of us are probably close to level 50, if not recently hit level 50 or in mid 50s, somewhere in that range, we want to make sure that we can get our characters leveled up, their weapons leveled up, and their skills leveled up. That is where we're going to see the biggest power gain. So make sure you get one team fully up, and I would even suggest a second team so that we can go and do our weekly guild boss and our Sea of Soul bosses every 2 weeks for that. And we can see that my main team right now is my fire team, with my On, my Key, and my Lufel. I want all of their weapons to level 60 and probably their skills base 6. And for my damage dealer like On, I'm probably going to be looking at her bigger skills like her skill 3 and her highlight to be try to get those up to level 8 or to the max. Because starting at level 8, we're going to need to start using these right here, the Everlasting Incense. I know I have 13 of these right now and we get a kind of a steady supply of them, but we can run out, and once we run out, we're not able to level up our more important skills anymore. So I try to use these a little more sparingly and try to keep them for my main units I know I'm going to be using. So in the future, my Chord will definitely have her skill 2, 3, as well as her highlight fully maxed out. So that right here is going to take 6 Everlasting Incense in the future. And then once I have my main team with my navigator, my main navigator is Okeon because of the damage increase. Then I want to start focusing on a second team. For me, mine could be either my Joker or my Yui. Right now it's my Joker team, which is Joker, Rin, and Leon. And I'm still working on my puppet because I got this character more recently, so I still need to work on her. And then I can kind of start thinking about revolution cards. So for my On right now, I'm rocking a power set. Why am I rocking a power set? It's because it's a good general DPS set, or anyone who's attack scaling. So 1 increases attack flat by 12%, and from a 2 set and a 4 set increases the effect, and then at a 4 set, from the start of battle, increases attack by 10% every 6 turns. Stacks up to 3 times. So within 12 turns of the fight starting, you now have 42% increased attack. And just from the start, you have 22%. So this is a really good general attack stat to increase. And then the whole reason why we suggest don't really do a lot of revolution card farming in the 50 range is because if I go back to my Realm of Repression, go to my revolution cards, I'm focusing on power just because it's a good general set. I can only get 1. So I know it says 1, 1, 2 to 3, 2 to 3. What this is saying is every time I do a run, so 40 stamina, I can get either 1 of my power, 1 of the win set, and then 2 to 3 of the power, or 2 to 3, so a mixed bag of these. So I can only get 1. While starting at level 60, I can get 1 to 2. So if you want to do any revolution card farming, maybe think of 60. But a lot of people say, or wait till level 70, because level 70, we have a much higher likelihood of getting the 2-drop for the revolution card for the gold cards. And then starting at level 80, when we're max, then we're starting to get the 2 to 3 drops. And again, I won't go back to why I suggest power. It's because then we don't need to farm the curse set. We don't have to farm the electric set. We don't have to farm the fire sets. We just farm 1 set right now that's good enough for where we are for power wise, because we don't need to be fully maxed out, because all we're focused on right now is in the Gateway of Nightmare. All we're focused on is making sure that we are getting this right here. So this week, all we need to do is hit a 1,000,000 score. As long as you hit 1,000,000, it doesn't matter, because you just want to make sure you're farming your unknown revolution card right here, the space. Because these are a very limited of how to get them. This is the only really way to farm it, and it's weekly right now. So as long as you get a 1,000,000 score, who cares? You get all the rewards and you get all the space cards. And then for your trials, as long as you're in the rank up next season, who cares? As long as you're ranking up next season, that's all that matters. You are still getting, you're still getting the same rewards as anybody who's above you, and then you get to move up to the next rank, in which you're still getting the meta jewels. So who cares? Like, it's not that big of a deal. In the future, when we're starting to get to the max level and we can start min-maxing, then we can start worrying about that. And then one last thing I want to talk about with the revolution card farming side. So we look at my on. I'm not focused on getting perfect substats. I know these two cards are not bad. I have straight attack percent and crit, not perfect, but not bad for where I am. This is straight damage bonus, not bad. But as we look here, speed, I don't want speed. I don't want SP recovery. I'm not focused on that. I'm just focused on trying to, so for my sky, I'm focused on getting a attack percentage. Would be cool to have. This would be nice to have a crit rate, but I'm not gonna punish myself if I don't get crit rate. I'm not gonna waste a bunch of staminas, waste a bunch of coffees. When later on, those coffees are a much better resource to use to get your stuff, your revelation cards. And then this one, I'm focused on a attack percentage or a, where is it? So for my moon card, I'm looking at a attack multi or attack, because these are the only ones I can drop here. And then this one is always HP. But I'm not focused on, like I said, the substats. I'm focused on the main stat up here. That's what I'm mostly care about. So I don't mind getting attack percentage or damage bonus here. Not that big of a deal. It would be nice to have a crit rate, but if I have to use something else, like any one of these, is there attack? Yeah. So like, I can't get attack multi, but I can get attack, crit rate, and crit damage. So any one of these three, I would say, is fine for right now. And then this one, I'm really only wanting for my damage dealers who are scale off attack. I want attack percentage would be my focus. But I wouldn't stress out too much right now. And then there's this really nice website that people have been updating. It's from the Korean, it's from a Korean creator, but it's translated to English for us. And it's basically, if you go to the characters, let's say that I want to work on my Joker right now. And I can go down to my Joker and it'll tell me what sets I could be using right now and like what ones would work really well. So right now they recommend Ruin, and this is what you can be focused on when you're actually doing your revolution card farming, and it tells you what you're looking for down here as a general case base. Again, this isn't a perfect, but if you guys are wondering about, have a general idea, you can always go to this website, of course. Here it tells you your substat priority, a good general list of what you should be looking for. So for most characters of our damage right now, what we're looking for in our star, I'm focused on star right now, it's crit rate. Just like moon, my big damage dealers, I'm looking for damage bonus in my moon, and then the rest is very true. But this site is not bad. It also tells me what I could be using for my 4-piece, and then what I could be using for my space card, space card. I hope you guys have a great day, great night, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.